morning, Gators. I'm Mikkel.
And I'm Audrey.
September 16th is National School Backpack Awareness Day. Today, we are paying tribute by wearing our book sacks the entire show.
It is best to wear bow straps and keep it adjusted appropriately to avoid back pains and to improve your posture.
This also makes it a lot easier to run to class when you're late.
Today's lunch is buffet bonanza.
Can't wait to see what that means. Now, let's hand it over to George and Sadie for our segment.
Good morning, Gators. This is Sadie.
And this is George.
And today we're here to talk about shooting.
That's right. This one goes out to all of you teachers.
We interviewed a couple teachers to see what teaching during COVID is really like.
So, what do you think is the biggest struggle that you're facing right now as a teacher?
Finding a balance between HBLV, A groups and B groups. It's hard to make sure that you are meeting the needs of every single person in the classroom at, throughout the whole lesson.
Getting used to the virtual aspect of it. Some people often think, since I've been here so long and started way before the technology kind of burst onto the scene, some people kind of, I think, assume that I'm resistant to change, and it's not that I'm resistant to change. It just sometimes takes me a little bit longer to learn certain things.
Trying to divide my attention between the students who are in my class and who are online, and trying to give them all the same level of attention that I would if they were all in the room.
The other thing that's really, really hard is when you can no longer share things, so everything has to be cleaned in between. So if we're using a tool, it has to be cleaned in between, and that takes a little bit longer, and you have to constantly remind the kids of that because they want to pass stuff and want to share things, and we can't allow that.
On the contrary, what would you say your favorite part about teaching this way is?
It makes me have to try a little harder to make those connections with kids. So even if it's me on a Google Meet saying, hey, is everyone having a good day today? Or do you guys need anything? It's not the conventional way that I would approach students, but I think it pays off because they still know that I care, even from behind a computer screen.
I have found that I have been able to make the connections, and I have been able to connect with students that don't even attend on the hybrid day. And so I like that. I like getting to know their personalities, their different personalities, and being able to have a good relationship and build relationships with them.
I'm constantly reminded of the support that we do have at school. Our admin has been very supportive. Other teachers are pulling together and being supportive of each other. It's kind of like something always telling you someone has your back and you're going to be okay.
Right.
If you are going into education, you really need to make sure that this is what you want to do. I've always seen education as being more of a calling than just a job. You have to be kind of a people person. You have to be willing to make relationships and kind of put yourself out there to build relationships. But the other thing too is you have to be flexible and you have to be a team player.
Ms. Babbitt, do you have any advice for students going into education?
My advice would be to not let this situation change your mind, because teaching changes all the time. We always have difficulties like we did with the flood. We have to be flexible. But if your reason for wanting to teach is that you want to impact the lives of students, that doesn't change. Whether it's virtual, in the room, a little bit of both, whatever it is.
How has COVID affected you personally?
Well, when COVID first started, I'm a little bit older in age, and I do have a couple of the pre-existing conditions. So, I try to stay home a lot and really isolate myself. I don't go anywhere too much because, not only myself, but my family is kind of concerned about me related to that.
It means I can't visit my parents as often as we like. I don't go into their home, so it's limited socially, but in terms of family-wise, we just stay home and that's it. My kids just make messes and I just clean them up and we repeat the cycle.
And how has COVID affected you personally?
Well, I'm almost 7 months pregnant, so it makes it a little difficult because my 7-year-old son, nothing is the same as it was when I had him. So I have to be extra cautious, and I have to wear my face shield and my gloves and my mask anytime I'm getting close to
Yeah.
kids. I have this bubble set up in my room. So personally, that's the biggest for me, trying to keep myself healthy.
Thank you. Students, as you can see, teachers often face the same problems that we do.
Oftentimes, we forget that they're people too. So today, we challenge you to thank your teachers.
Turn in your work on time.
And don't turn off your cameras.
Thanks, guys.
Upperclassmen math tutoring will be held after school on Mondays until 3:45. Students must be picked up in the bus lane. Homecoming court nominations are now open. Any senior girl that would like to have their name on the ballot needs to complete the nomination form at this link.
Homecoming nominees must participate in at least one club or sport on campus. Sponsors and coaches will be contacted to verify membership. Nomination forms should only be completed by the person wishing to have their name on the ballot, and you must use your APSB student email address to complete this form. All entry forms must be completed by noon Friday, September 18th.
If you don't know already, APSB has won a grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture that allows all students to receive 1 free breakfast and 1 free lunch per school day. This applies to curbside pickup meals as well. Don't take this for granted. Go enjoy your free lunch until the grant money runs out.
That's all we have for today, Gators. Thanks for watching.